Hey, everybody, it's Dr. J, Spike and Kamal. We're wheeling and dealing on Wall Street. Kamal, you've been in and out of so many crypto plays, I can't keep track. How do you
No, it's
keep track?
just Mara. It's just Mara. It was in and out because it changed a lot, from 17 something to back to 15. So I bought it and I sold it yesterday. I sold it over 17 and I bought it back at 15.80.
That's good.
So whatever money I initially I bought it for like $10 and some change, and I sold it for 17 and some change. So I made
It's a 70% move, ladies and gentlemen.
70%, yeah. But
Nice.
whatever money I made, I reinvested back into Mara.
How long did it take to make that 70%?
Like not even 2 months.
Tremendous.
Yeah, from March. Remember that big dip?
And what else did you go in and
I
out?
also sold my NVIDIA near 137 and bought it back near 132, above 132, 132 and 80 cents, I think it was. And whatever money I made, I reinvested it back into NVIDIA.
So you have more shares.
So I have more shares, a lot more shares, yeah.
That was very good maneuvering. You have a knack for getting out at the high, at least of the day.
I look at the chart and I see the few candles before it, like I do the 1 month thing. And I knew that when Bitcoin is gonna hit the high, it's gonna like experience so much resistance, and they're gonna shoot it right back down. They're gonna kick it down.
That happened.
When it reached the max, I sold, and then I knew it's gonna get hit.
Then it did, and now, but it overcame that today.
Today it's different. It's a different story. But I do think that the shorts are gonna beat it. I know eventually it's gonna shoot a lot more, like maybe 120, 140, 150, 150K. But I think it's gonna suffer between now and then a lot.
You think we've seen a near-term top today?
Yes.
So you think we're going to be down from here to?
I think it's a bit too early to make those huge moves. I think they're gonna beat it up a little bit and then it's gonna go back up. Probably next month it will shoot up. In the next few days, it's gonna struggle a little bit.
That's like a consensus that I've been hearing.
The Arjan had very good time. He can't make it today, but he had very good timing on his short. He went short the market, I think, Friday with put options on SPY, and the chart shows that it should go down a little bit lower. We'll take a look at the chart. I think he made a good move. I did a fib retracement. I get the location of the gap to be filled on SPY. Let's take a look at SPY, actually.
Okay.
I haven't been trading much at all. I've just been adding small amounts. Luckily, I've been adding to the quantum plays, and today
those have been moving parabolically.
Today they're up like 25%, 30%.
Yeah.
Big move. So I'm happy about that. At least I'm adding to the right stuff, But
Yeah.
I haven't really taken anything off. I've just been adding. This is Bitcoin. We could look at Bitcoin first. The trend line is beautiful. New all-time high today. You can see that.
You have to share your screen.
Wait, you gotta share your screen.
Oh, I didn't share. I'm very selfish about sharing, apparently. All right. Let's not be selfish. I'll share my screen. Share my screen. Share it. All right. This is Bitcoin. It drew the beautiful trend line in, and we got 3 hits along this trend line. and we have a new all-time high today, as you can see. And notice, I think I pointed this out the last time, that it's been trading in virtually a straight line and then shoots up. And that's been the pattern here. It's got a nice big green candle. Here, like a big candle over 2 days. Not a huge candle like back here, but another big candle back here. Oh, so it's got this pattern, stepwise linearity, a linear move, and then it shoots up parabolic, and then linear, parabolic, linear, parabolic.
So that's what I'm talking about. It's going to be linear from now on.
We might get this refill and test of the 110 area. But I don't see it going too low. I don't see it going back.
No. It's not going to go low. It's just going to be in there for some time.
You think it'll rest?
Correct.
Yeah, it could rest
if it keeps that step pattern.
Yeah, it might fill in right around here, back down to 109, and then back up. It could do that for a week or two. That's what it's been doing.
And one more thing, just a note before I forget. This is going to be a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
Memorial Day. So usually the Friday or the day before a 3-day weekend is usually red. Usually,
because they're scared of
people don't want to hold an over a long weekend.
Geopolitical events scare people.
Yep.
And there's plenty of stuff in the world that's scary. No question about that. I think the market collapsed yesterday because of the big, beautiful bill not being passed, right?
Oh boy.
But it was passed. When was it passed? Today or?
Yeah, they thought that it's not gonna pass. It's not gonna. Then it passed. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Passed.
All right, so we got the big, beautiful bill, and we were able to gain back some of what we lost yesterday. We didn't get all of it back. The Dow had been down, 800 yesterday?
Yeah, it was up really nicely, and then it deflated.
Yeah.
Deflated so fast the last 2 hours.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm still looking for one. First, I'm looking for 125. I think we could fill in, like you say, for the next week, especially a shortened trading week, right?
Yep.
So we could fill in this way linearly, and then shoot up in June, early June. I expect to move to like 125 or so, and then I think it'll do another one of its linear things and shoot up to 141, and that might be a good place to take a little off the table. That's what I'm thinking, like 141K. I got that number in my head for some reason. Every time I look at this chart, I seem to confirm that 140. All right, so let's take a look at SPY. Notice Arjan's call, taking something off the table and buying some puts. He had like perfect timing. He did it right in here on, I think it was on Monday's candle. On a strong up day, he went short. I'm looking for at least it to go retest the moving averages at 576. If not, go down to the fib retracement at 61.8, which is also a gap fill. You see the gap?
Is that a positive cross of the 100 with the 200? I think, right? No.
That's up here, yes. The 100 and the 200.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be strong, possibly strong support. But if it goes through that, I'm looking at 563.
What I'm saying is that's a positive cross, right?
Yeah.
It's a good cross.
No, it's not. The 100, you want the 100 to be on top of the 200.
Right.
So that's not a good cross.
You keep changing colors on us.
Yeah, I know.
No, I've been consistent. It's just that other people have been charting
Oh,
better than me.
we
So
also
I'm,
be consistent. So
Uh,
so there is a cross here. That's not a good cross.
No,
Okay, so it might go down to that level.
I think it might fill this gap right at 563. At the six, it's also the 61.8 retrace from the all-time high of 613 down to this recent low at around 489 or wherever it is.
Yeah, I think it's prime to do that.
Yeah. So this would be an excellent stopping point at the 61.8. It's actually the 38.2. I drew it backwards. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Flip it. It's really the 38.2. That is, it will have dropped. If it goes down to fill the gap fill, it will have dropped 38.2% off the 613 high. That's
And then Professor Omar will join the show.
yeah. Well, he's. I think he's. I don't know. I'm going to reserve my Professor Omar remarks to let him talk for himself. If I try to interpret it, I interpret it wrong, and he yells at me. So I'm not going to try.
No, I think when it fills that gap, he's gonna come on the show and say, "I told you so."
Wherever it is, he's going to come on the show and say he told us. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Professor Spike, you want to take over charting?
Yeah, no, thank you. It's very interesting.
All right, so I'll leave and let you present.
You talking about Kamal or myself?
No, not me. I don't want to present.
All right, then let me get started. I didn't even set it up.
I just said I don't see you yet. That's right.
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
I want to take a look at MicroStrategy and ibit to see the difference today, and maybe Mara as well.
Yeah.
What
You know, I was looking at all these earlier today.
Is this your screen?
Yeah, I shared. Yeah, so you can go to me.
All right. It seems like it should be bigger, this screen, no?
Yeah, I know. It's not giving me the usual screen,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll do it. Kamal makes me do.
I love that bottom that we have in strategy, that double bottom. That's beautiful, beautiful double bottom. It just took off from. It's actually a triple bottom. If you draw a straight line at the bottom, it's like a triple bottom right in there, right around there. Yeah, triple. I'd say that's a trip bottom.
From here.
A lot of support, huge support. Of course, it's at a low number, but
Let's see. But
tremendous.
I thought you wanted this line here, coming from here up. Oops. There you go.
This has been.
This here.
You're trying to do a trend line?
Yeah, it was, but not anymore because this is very unstable. And yeah, we don't know what's going on. It is tapering a bit.
I'm seeing a horizontal channel right now.
Yeah.
Until we have a
Similar to Bitcoin, it's kind of like resting. It had a fabulous run, and now it's what is it? $2 billion at the market? Is that what it's doing? It's raising money through dilution. So I guess investors aren't crazy about that. But he just takes the money and buys Bitcoin, so it's okay.
Right.
I don't see that kind of dilution as being terrible.
Yeah.
People don't like dilutions. What is that? What is that red line you have?
The red line is the 20, and the
20?
black line is the 50.
So right now it's been riding the 20, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, it has. That's why this line is so close. Yeah.
20 EMA.
Yes. No, the 20 is just the EMA.
SMA?
Yeah, SMA. I don't do EMAs unless I go back to 100.
You have a nice channel. It broke through the channel a little bit.
I don't know why it turned red.
Yeah, you just make parallel. Yeah, make it parallel. That's good.
Yeah.
A little up.
There you go.
That's two up.
I know.
That's it. Right there.
That's the one. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could always pull this one back a little bit.
So it looks like while Bitcoin is going up, it's missing this latest run.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is very unfortunate. I was really counting on this going crazy.
Yeah, you might have pulled it out and in again, like you did with NVIDIA and Mara. Were you waiting for a pop so you could go out and back in?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, actually, it does look that way.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on whether or not any of this void gets filled. But I don't think it will.
I'm liking this chart, nevertheless. I'm liking Bitcoin chart, so I gotta like this one too. Bitcoin chart looks really strong to me. You might be right about next week that we don't do anything, or maybe go down a little bit on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's 4-day trading week. A lot of investors are away, on vacation. At least, or they're just getting back, and then they don't have their mind on trading. So I might have a light volume trading week next week. I'm not sure. Take a look at Mara for Kamal. Kamal can speak to this chart. I think he's been living with this chart in his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, that horizontal channel on the side, the last few days.
That's the same one we've been seeing.
Correct. I've utilized that to buy and sell, and I should have sold today, but I missed by a couple of pennies. I would have sold at the high and bought it back the way I did yesterday, but I was off by like 3 pennies.
You're greedy.
Yeah. Let's put it that way. Yeah, you could say so.
No,
yesterday, you see the swing yesterday. I pretty much sold it at the high, and bought it back.
Yeah, it had a big swing.
And I wanted to do the same today, but I missed, like I said, by 3 pennies.
So you bought just about where it closed.
I bought it at 1580.
A little bit above.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think I think it'll be fine. The miners in general have been sitting out this rally. I mean, take a look at ibit. It's got a beautiful chart. It's exactly the same chart as.
Well, this one doesn't have that.
I had like lots of shares in the 30s, lots of shares.
Yeah.
And now I don't have any.
Yeah, but this is not. Why didn't this one have the same plateau as the other ones did?
Yeah. I mean, this one, the chart looks better than MicroStrategy right now.
Right. Right
now. But MicroStrategy made this one look anemic over the last few months. It's been double. You would have gotten, if you made 50% on ibit, you made 100% on MicroStrategy. So you can't complain, Kamal, but it's good to have both, I think. Good to have both. But own some ibit and some MicroStrategy. That's what I do. I also own Wulf, which has been underperforming terribly. Let's take.
Yeah, I think we all own Wolf.
Yeah, every one of us. That's right. I mean, it's going. The chart looks healthy, but not as healthy certainly as ibit or MicroStrategy. But I
But
would.
that's a minor. The others are not really minors.
Yeah, it's a miner. It's similar to Marad, and all these miners they're not selling their coin that they mine because they figure they'll get more later as opposed to selling it now.
Professor Spike, do you see that channel? There's a channel, upward channel.
Yeah, it's a beautiful upward channel.
Right here.
Yeah, the whole
It's been
thing.
growing it's been growing since down here.
Yeah, you
Since
started there.
it's like a month-old channel.
Yeah, since
Started at the end of that, right there. They're perfect. They're down. Down. Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah.
And then you could put in the upper trend line as well if you want. They actually have a symbol that's double parallel line that would just do it for you.
Yeah, no, but that's lazy.
All right, good. Stop. You're pretty good at parallelism.
Yeah.
Well, we're coining a new word, parallelism.
Yeah, parallelism.
Yeah.
For somebody who's orthonormal.
So click on 3 months if you don't mind, please.
Not at all.
Yeah. So this is a channel, and we are in the middle of the channel, and it's good that it's going upward, not downward.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of slow, but it's doing something good. There is a gap if you go back to the 6 months. Sorry, there is a gap that's gonna. I think it's gonna get sucked into it right there. Yeah.
This one here.
Yeah. This gap is gonna get filled one day.
Okay.
It's all the way up at 750 or close to it.
No, it's 623. I think it is.
Okay, draw that line.
633, yeah.
Line, but the one where you got the cursor, draw it.
Yeah, right there. So it will get there.
That's what number?
626.
That's a good place to take profit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get there, and it will get there definitely this year.
It may take some time, but I think it'll get there too. Look, I'm with my forecast for another 30% move on Bitcoin. It better get there.
Yep.
It's been terribly underperforming Bitcoin and MicroStrategy and ibit. It's been an underperformer, so we want it to catch up. I think it will.
And Nvidia also was hit hard yesterday. Again, I bought it and I sold it.
As were
I sold it and I bought
all the technology stocks were hit hard at the end of the day.
Yeah.
See, again, even this one's got that same little plateau here. I don't think anybody knows what to do these last couple of days.
Yeah, that's right. The market is very indecisive the last few days.
I know I am.
Yeah.
I
don't know what to do with myself.
Draw down the horizontal line where you got the cursor.
Well, right now?
Yeah.
Where that one is? Okay. It's a little bit below, but it's right around there.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. There's a gap fill right below it. Do you see that?
Right here?
Yeah. What was the close that day?
123.
That could be the bottom if there's further pullback.
Okay, what's your red and black?
Red is 40, is 20, and black is 50.
Okay, so that's a positive cross. You see what happened when it crossed that? It jumped up.
Yeah, it could actually hit that red line. What is that? The 20?
Yeah.
If there's further weakness, it'll pull back to the 20.
Well, they are reporting ER next week, right?
Yeah. So if the ER misses, even
why would it?
Even if guidance is weak, so something negative, it'll go to at least.
Even if it's in line, it will be
exactly
negative.
Exactly. It's not going back to 80 again. I know that. But it could go to 100.
I think it'll definitely break the 151 all-time high sometime this year, definitely. Maybe even hit 180. I wouldn't be shocked. So I see movement in NVIDIA. It will not disappoint on this earnings report, I don't think. It's a question of guidance. And,
Yeah,
and
I
with,
think guidance all relies on the Chinese or China tariffs,
right.
because I think the biggest market right now is China for those
Right.
things.
What did Musk say the other day? Making his own chip?
Yeah, they discovered something in a volcano or whatever, some active material there, and they think that they're gonna make things cheaper for the batteries
All right.
chips.
For the batteries, but also if he wants to make his own chip be less dependent on NVIDIA and AMD.
Well, he wants to make his own cell phone, his own chip, and
Yeah. He wants to do everything, be everything. All right. I think AI.
This is super micro. It's not really. It's actually behaving a lot more. Well, it's still got the cross, but it's behaving a bit more pessimistic.
This has actually been a disappointment, along with Dell and the other.
Yeah, the chip plays. Even
Yeah.
AMD. AMD has not really been.
yeah, it looks like it's gonna that downtrend looks like it's gonna fill that.
Yeah, so it's acting more like AMD than it is like NVIDIA
Yeah. AMD made a phenomenal run though from the low.
from down here. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's giving some of it back. Like you said, I don't know if I wouldn't be surprised if it came down here.
I think the way to play it is semiconductors might be by NVIDIA, by AVGO, and third tranche might be to buy the SMH.
Oh, yeah.
The
I remember I had the stock at $10 and I sold it at 12, and I thought I made really good money.
Well, you did. You made 20%.
So now SMH looks a lot more like NVIDIA, but it definitely has this more pronounced gap.
Well, at least it doesn't have that recent downturn. It's kind of stalled out, but
Right.
no downturn. It looks more like the SPY than it does, anything else. The SPY, it kind of.
Yeah, I mean, all of the signs are looking towards a pretty dull week next week.
Yeah, first week of back from Memorial Day. Yeah. What does K Indonesia have to say? We'll always like to hear from our viewers. Wolf, 2.5 to 4 is a 60% move. Are you sure underperforming?
Yeah.
Question is
Well,
further. Well, yeah, it depends. Everything is relative to where you got in. So
Right, exactly.
unfortunately, I added in the twos, but I didn't. My average is higher. My average is a little bit above where it's trading now.
2.5 to 4. You're right. I mean, from that perspective, if you got in down in here, which is plenty of opportunity time to do that.
That's what I used to tell you guys.
I'm sure I have a bunch down there, but not a whole lot.
I do think it's underperforming to some extent, even though it made a huge move from the bottom. I think it went down more than it should have. So I think it's underperforming. I think it should be up around. I think it should have made back all the ground up until the candle, the gap down candle.
Yeah, that gap fill.
Yeah, so it should be looking to fill the gap now, and it's not. So yes, I still think it's underperforming relative to some other Bitcoin plays.
Yeah, I'd be willing to pick up some more than 350.
The miners have generally been weak. We looked at Mara, we looked at Wolf. You want to look at Hut? Round it out. Curious myself how Hut's doing.
Yeah, similar
channel. It's stalled out. Right, it hasn't busted through. It's resting. You see that pattern like 7 in a row where it didn't do much. We see that over and over again in a lot of stocks.
But in either direction, because you have that happening here and then a deflation.
Yeah.
Having here and another deflation.
K Indonesia wants to know if Wolf has further to go. Yes, I think it will get back to that 6.25 level. That's where I'm looking to take some off. Or maybe I'll try to do a Kamal, go out and back in. But I mean, I don't want to be in Wolf that much. I'd rather be in MicroStrategy and ibit more than any miner.
I still think Wolf will do very well sometime.
I do too. I do too. But it also depends on energy. It is an energy play as well.
Can we do serve?
Yeah, do
That's a very good one. I'm still sitting in serve. I didn't really back up when it went down after it was trashed by Jensen.
I added 50% to my position
because this line here was when Jensen sort of said, "Oh,
yeah, that was terrible."
We don't want them anymore.
Yeah,
and so we're coming back a little bit. Like again, another one of these, which is from 6 to 11, which is almost a doubling.
Was it $5 or something?
Yeah, so if I didn't own it up here, I'd probably be pretty happy with the recent performance.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to go right. It broke all resistance up until like.
So what are you thinking? You're actually thinking the gap filler here?
Well, let's say it goes to 16 and change first.
So you mean to this spot first?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna have some resistance there. Then
to the place where it got trashed.
Yeah.
Well, that would be nice too.
Oh yeah. I look at
those people got in over in here.
Talking about big moves. Look at ionq today.
That's right. That was your favorite on that one. I was doing.
That's my second biggest pick of the year.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Because I did today I did QUBT instead. I wish I'd thought about this one.
I've been touting I don't tout stocks, but I've been
pounding the table,
expressing my optimism towards.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable move. I mean,
that's a nice move today. Yeah.
I think
it was even higher. It was probably more than 40% at some point.
Yeah, it was like 50% move close to it.
I went here, and I probably did not get. Yeah, I did not get the same.
Oh, you got a bump.
I got a little bump. Yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I mean, obviously, this is the one that.
Take a look at RGTI.
Well, oh yeah, that's right. That's it. So this is the standard bear right here.
Spaghetti.
Look at it, it's 23% just today.
Oh, qbets.
Yeah.
D-wave quantum.
It's unbelievable. I bought some back in here, so I'm very happy with this. I wish I'd bought more.
This looks like on the ionq move, similar.
Yeah. Well, it was 23%. Yeah.
I bought this one recently at 9.
Did you?
Yeah, recently.
Good on you.
Still in it. Not looking to sell any of my quantum.
No. I mean, at this point, since I've been in it for so long, I'm down to where I just have house money, but not a lot of it. I wish I had more.
The quantum area is the place to be right now if you want action.
So what was the one, the Rigetti? What is the symbol for Rigetti?
RGTI. Spaghetti Rigetti. Do you remember Dave Rigetti?
Of course. Yeah, no, it made it did 26. There you go.
Yeah.
So maybe my QUBT will do one tomorrow.
Yeah. And then there's quantum, QNTM. There's a lot of them.
That's a biopharma.
Oh, I think it's been active. It's been behaving.
It's a biopharma.
Yeah. I don't recommend any biotech. I'm so down
at this point.
Down on them. All right, so that's all that I missed.
We did change the nature of our show. We used to be a big bio show.
Until we lost tons of money.
Yeah, and then we all went into crypto.
Yeah, well,
and quantum.
Which was a good move, actually. That was a good move.
Well, yeah, I think it was when we started buying Nvidia and IBM that we started changing things around, and then Jerry started getting Dr. J started getting crazy with the big seven.
Yeah, which I'm still haven't sold any of. Very little of. I did sell a little, but very little. I'm very big on my most of my portfolio is big seven, mag seven, whatever.
Mag 7.
All right, so we did a pretty good, thorough job with the ones that we listed.
Yep.
All right, final thoughts, Kamal.
I'm thinking that, I mean, short term, I'm thinking the market is gonna go either it's gonna be going sideways for the next few days, till end of month at least.
So what do you think? Do you step sidelines or short or?
I'm probably gonna do what I did yesterday, is sell some of my positions and then buy them back when they drop.
All right, Spike, you?
I think it's going to be a pretty bad week, but not devastating, not Liberation Day bad.
Yeah,
So I'm just going to look for more bargains.
I'm going to say the same. I expect sideways action next week. Nothing terrible. Maybe it allows Ogden to make some money, and then we move back up.
Right, in and out.
Have a great Memorial Day, everyone, and
Bye-bye, everybody.
Tomorrow. Adios, amigos, and ciao.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.